Hello, all you drama enthusiasts. Welcome to the meeting. This is Angie's Drama Room, and I am your meeting host, Angie, where I discuss all things drama and mostly focusing on Asian dramas. Of course, we have our Japanese, Chinese, Korean, Thai, a little bit of Thai in there, or any dramas that I have been watching lately. Today, I'm going to talk about a hidden gem, Married. Before I go into there, if you don't mind subscribing to my channel, I really appreciate all the subscriptions I have gotten so far. And also hit that like button. That way other people can see my reviews. So Married is an interesting hidden gem because I called it hidden gem because I didn't realize it was on until I got into the app and I realized, oh, okay, let me see what this is about. If I can give it a grade, I will give it an A. It was great direction, great acting, and great writing. It's about our female lead who was Elvira Kai, which she was on Fake It Till You Make It. So it was the same kind of vibe as that. And she was married to this man, of course, for 7 years. Up until about her seventh year of marriage, when she decides to go back to work, she realizes is that the blinders are off her eyes and realized that her husband, Ching, was manipulating their relationship from day one. So her husband, Ching, he was conniving, manipulative, and not a very nice person. But it's one of those things where you kind of he sneaks in that conniving stuff, makes it think that he was doing you a favor for doing this to you. So when she decided to go back to work because she had a son, so she decided to go back to work. Again, you're gonna get spoilers. And at that point, that's when he started to really dig into that whole manipulation because he did not want her to work because he had this whole utopia about how married life should be. And that's how he wanted his marriage to be. He wanted to stay at home wife, take care of the children, and basically be there for him whenever he needs her. Okay, so that's kind of how his vision of married life was supposed to be. He was previously married, and that didn't last long. So then he ended up marrying her and found out that he could manipulate her. And again, she thought she was so much in love that she didn't think that this was a manipulation. She just thought this is how she was going along with this because she was doing things that okay, he likes these things, so she was going along with it. So when she decided to go back to work, she was already volunteering at I don't say a clinic because it's not a medical, because she's a lawyer, but she was volunteering at a free lawyer clinic, I guess. Her husband was like, well, don't you enjoy what you were doing here? She said, yes, but I feel like I need to do a lot more because I want to go to work. So when she did apply to a position and got the position, in the meantime, behind her back, he publicly shamed her. He had one of the volunteers at this free lawyer clinic to secretly expose a case about a woman who wants a divorce, where she was saying that she was trying to hide it from her son because her son knew that they were having issues and the son didn't like it. As a matter of fact, this son he was like 10 or 12. And he literally went to the clinic and pulled his mother aside and told her, Mama, go, you better go. Basically, dragging her mother out of there. I'm like, oh my goodness. Her husband was a little abusive towards her. And so the son didn't understand that. Ning's husband manipulated the situation where he convinced the volunteer to publicly shame her. But what happened was the son, of course, found out about it because that's what they were supposed to be in. And the son ended up jumping from a balcony. He didn't die, but he did hurt himself. And so they didn't expect that to happen. And so they had to shut down the clinic. And that's when she found out he, Ching, had something to do with funding for this clinic because of her. Because when they shut down the clinic, she came to try to figure out what was going on. And that's when the director of the clinic said, oh, but I know we're sorry that this happened. We didn't actually mean it happened, but please have your husband, if he doesn't mind, to continue to fund us. We really appreciate it. So that's how it all starts from then on. That's when her blinders started to come up open, because now she realizing that each step of the way her husband was manipulating her career goals and manipulating her and to be this utopia wife that he wanted. Of course, she lost that position because now she is public scrutiny because of what was happening. Now they're trying to say her husband was trying to put a postpartum depression back on her, and she said she wasn't depressed. And every time the doctor, the psychiatrist, was trying to talk to her, her husband was always jumping in, trying to say his own opinion to what should be going on. And to the pharmacy, and they started piling all these prescriptions on her. She's like, she doesn't feel like she needed it. And then she still, she's like, she was going to her previous job, and her previous job was like, oh, are you ready to come back? Because according to your husband, he said that you never want to come back and that you no longer even want this position. So we had to close the position. Here we go again. That's where more of her blinders came off her eyes. He even manipulated a situation where he had some of the school moms at the son's school to be like the best friend and take her to certain events and different things, basically keep her occupied so that way she doesn't want to work, and to the point where she's like, it's exhausting. And she told her husband, oh, I thought you were supposed to go with these ladies to this thing, to the spa. And she's like, oh, I seem like every day I'm doing something, they always ask me to do something. But I think she decided to go later, and the women were at the spa. The two moms were at the spa, and they were talking behind her back, of course. And she overheard them saying that they were tired themselves, but they thought they had to continue to do it because the husband was funding their agenda, whatever they were going on. I can't remember exactly what they were trying to get. So that he was paying them to do all this. That's kind of how a lot of things happening, even to her, the way she was dressing, to the way he didn't want her to drink wine during dinner time. She had to dress this certain Chinese traditional dress on. She goes camping with the her husband's business partner and his wife, and she fell in some water. And so she called the husband up to bring clothes, and now you're camping, right? So he brings her the traditional dress. It's an actual dress with a high split. It was actually pretty. I liked it. She looked good on it. But why would you bring that plus heels to a camping event? She couldn't take it anymore. And then this is how we started with the divorce. In the meantime, all this was going on. He moves in. His parents came to visit. Now, again, I'm assuming that he manipulated that situation too, because now his parents came to visit, and his parents stayed there for a while. And then also now he moves in her mother to come and stay, because her mother was recuperating at a nursing facility for whatever reason. I can't remember. I don't even know why she was in what she was recuperating from, because she was in a wheelchair. So I'm assuming their hip, I don't know. And so now we have the mother-in-law in, and then now we have the mother and the father-in-law in, his parents in. And so his parents, basically, I guess he wanted to show how his parents were the traditional husband and wife role. The wife would clean, cook, cater, or not cater, but gave everything the husband wanted, the wife would do. And that was how they grew. That's how she did it. And I think that's how he wanted her to be in some way. We all know back then, when you get married, the husband goes off to work, the woman stays home and takes care of the house. Of course, when time goes further, everybody now is a two-person household, right? Two income household. So both parties have to work, and women wanted a little bit more, and so they wanted to work too in the workplace. Ning finally turned her in-laws to now where the father was helping with the cooking, helping with the cleaning, and helping doing things on his own, while while his wife was, she wanted to paint. So Ning gave her some hobby to do out of the household, to say that there's more than just staying in the household. Now, whatever happens in their marriage should have stayed in their marriage to me. So it was an interesting show. And again, it was very well written, very well directed, and very well acting. A lot of things that transpired throughout the series. And I really did enjoy it. Again, it has to be something that you enjoy as a genre in general. Tell me what you think. If you happen to click on it or you stopped watching it, it was something that you didn't really care for, let me know. Leave a comment. That's my final review on Married, a Hidden Gem. Meeting adjourned.